In this video, we're going to look at the correct order of applying operations to an expression. Now, there is one really simple thing that we need to remember, and that's BIDMAS. BIDMAS describes the order in which we apply the operations. It is as simple as that. So if we work through it, we can see that B stands for brackets, I stands for indices, which includes powers and roots. Then we look at division and multiplication, and then finally, once we've done all of those, we do any adding and subtracting. Now let's have a look at a few examples. So in this first example, we have 6 plus 3 times by 11. So we're going to do 6 plus 3 times 11. Now if we think about BIDMAS, we've got BIDMAS. We have no brackets, no indices, but we do have some division and multiplication. So we'll do that, 33. And then we've got our addition and subtraction. 6 plus 33 will give us 39 as our final answer. Now let's look at this next example. We have 16 divided by 8 minus 4. So let's write out BIDMAS to remind us what we need to do. This time we do have some brackets, so we're going to do what's in there first. So we have 16 divided by 8 minus 4 is going to give us 4, and then we just have 16 divided by 4, which gives us 4 as a final answer. Now moving on to example 3, we have 90 divided by 5 plus 6 times 1/3. So again, let's write out BIDMAS just to remind ourselves of what we need to do. We don't have any brackets, we don't have any indices. Do we have multiplication and division? Yes, we do. So let's do that. So we're going to do our 90 divided by 5, which will give us 18. And then we've got our 6 times 1/3, which is going to give us 2. So we have 18 plus 2, which will give us 20 as a final answer. Then looking at example 4, we have 48 divided by 6 times half plus 3 squared. So again, let's do BIDMAS here. So this time we don't have any brackets, but we do have indices. We've got the 3 squared. So let's do that first. So we have our 48 divided by 6 times by half plus 3 squared. That's going to give us 9. Now let's look at our division and multiplication. So we've got this long expression here of division and multiplication, and we're just going to work left to right as we would do normally. So we've got our 48 divided by 6 times half. 48 divided by 6 is going to give us 8, times by half is going to give us 4. So we have 4 plus 9, which gives us 13 as a final answer. Then looking at example 5, we've got something in the brackets, and we've got an expression, we've got the minus root 9 over here. So let's write up BIDMAS to remind ourselves again. Now we've got brackets, so we're going to do everything in the brackets first, and we're going to apply BIDMAS when we're doing evaluating that expression in the brackets. So we've got 14 divided by 7 plus 3. So we'll do the 14 divided by 7 first. That's going to give us 2 plus 3. Don't forget to keep the squared, and that minus root 9 as well. Then we're going to do our 2 plus 3, which is going to give us 5. Keeping the squared minus root 9. So we've done our bit inside the brackets. Now we can look at indices for that original expression. So that's the square and the square root. So we've got 25 minus square root of 9, which is 3. And finally, we can simplify that and get 22 as a final answer. Now this example here, number 6, is slightly different from the others because we've got a power to another power. And in cases like this, you need to work top to bottom when looking at the powers. So we're going to do the power part first. So we've got 2 to the 2 to the 3. So we'll do the 2 to the 3 first. So 2 to the 3 is 8. And then again, looking at our original expression, we now have 2 to the 8, which is going to give us 256 as a final answer. Now there's one thing that you need to remember when looking at order of operations, and that's simply BIDMAS. If you can remember BIDMAS and what this means, then you'll be able to evaluate any expression that you come across using numbers. So just remember that, know what it stands for, and practice it, and you'll be absolutely fine.